I've known about Uma Musue for a very long time now. I've watched the anime, and I've been wanting to play the game for even longer. Back when the game first released, I wanted to try it out, but the problem is it was only out in Japanese at the time, and I didn't know Japanese. Usually, I'd try to brute force it, but it seemed like such a text-based game that I wasn't really getting anywhere with it. Luckily, soon, the global version is releasing on Steam, and so I'll finally be able to play the game and see if it's any good, and I'm really excited to do so. I really like the anime, and I really like the characters I've seen from it. So I figured before the game releases, let's do a quick warm-up video. Let's rank the horse girls. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go race outfits, because that actually shows off the design better. So obviously I'm not going to be intimately familiar with all of them personality wise or anything like that. Obviously a good chunk of them I will be, because I've seen the anime. Yeah, it's going to be hard to judge all of them based off of personality alone, so for a lot of this I'm going to be judging characters based off of their design. I already have a few favorites, including a number 1 favorite just from what I've seen so far. Okay, yeah, so as I mentioned a second ago, for characters I'm not familiar with, I will be mainly judging them based off of the design. So we got Chronogenesis versus Curran Boquetador. That is a very cool name, and you know what's really swinging that, because I'm not familiar with either of these characters. Maybe they're game exclusive ones, or maybe they are in the anime and they're just background characters, or maybe I just have the worst memory in the world. But that floral print on the inside of the skirt for Karen Bukutetidor, maybe the katakana Karen Bukedoru. Okay, so several of those letters are silent, I see. Yes, it's going to her. Shinko Windy versus Buena Vista. That's going Buena Vista pretty quickly. I think throughout this video you're going to be able to very quickly see which character design, like tropes and things I like, and Shinko Windy is very opposite to the kind of character I like the aesthetic of. She doesn't look bad by any means. This is all opinion, but Buena Vista is not my favorite design. I think there may be a few too many patterns going on there, but otherwise I quite like that one. Symboli Rudolph and King Halo. I'm obviously very familiar with Symboli Rudolph. She is mentioned a lot throughout the anime, so I'm probably just gonna go for her. I'm kind of like not really giving a huge amount of explanation, just because I don't want to be here all day, and I actually don't know how long it takes to get through every character, so... You know, the samurai armor is really cool, actually. We got the leader dress versus samurai armor, and I kind of like both, so I don't know which one I like more. I think the samurai armor is a bit more unique for Uma Musume, so I think I'll go for that. Plus, there's probably cultural reasons as to why they'd go for that. For anyone who doesn't know, Uma Musume is a franchise where the characters are based off of real-life racehorses, and they sometimes like to kind of put elements of the real life horse into the design. So I reckon there's probably well, it says the character's called No Reason, but I reckon there probably is a reason as to why she's dressed like a samurai. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is the easiest one of all time. That's going to Gold Ship. She is like the best character, not to ruin it. And Ogre Cat, that's another easy one. I actually don't hate Seeking the Pearls design here, but it's obviously going to Ogre Cat. Like, come on, who are we kidding here? Asian Flash and Oferver. Oferver looks like a Fire Emblem character or something. I don't hate it, actually. Meanwhile, Asian Flash... I do quite like Asian Flash's design, actually. She kind of looks like a maid girl, and I like that a lot. Narita Bryan and Hoko Turame. Narita Bryan was in the anime a lot, actually, from what I remember. But unfortunately, I don't love the design. It's a bit too much. I get that with gacha games and stuff, you're gonna have very, like, complex designs, but I think this time less means more with the design. I think Hoko Torame, neither of these are particularly interesting designs, but the simplicity of Hoko is winning me over more. Dansu Flame and Sakura Chiono O. It's Sakura. She's in the anime, I recognize her. KS Miracle and Royce and Royce. That's a very funny name. I really like KS Miracle's design though, that's a cool one. Twin Turbo is interesting, right? Because Twin Turbo was in Season 2. And I feel like in Season 1 of the anime, the designs for the most part were like fairly grounded. They all had like fairly natural like hair colors and stuff. Whereas Series 2 was very obviously where they went off the deep end and were like, we are doing anime bullshit. But you know what? I kind of respect that actually. I really like Narita Taishin's design too. But I kind of think Twin Turbo gets it just because of how out there she is and how much they actually pull it off. Like, this should look stupid, but they really pulled it off. Meisho Doto versus Raincraft. Oh, this is difficult because they're very similar designs, except it's not because Meisho Doto's like cute little bag and everything. Really, I like that a lot. Narita Top Road and Sweep Tosho. Narita Top Road is in the anime. I believe she's in the Road to the Top OVA. I do quite like that Sweep Tosho is like a witch girl, but it's gotta go to Narita Top Road. Symboli Chris S and Surumaru Tsuyoshi. Surumaru Tsuyoshi feels very whatever. I don't really care for Symboli Chris S's either. It just kind of feels a little all over the place, but I think I have to give it to her. Samson Big versus Tanino Gimlet. I mean, see, Samson Big has like the wrestling belt and everything, and that's like kind of cool. But Tanino Gimlet is like so much more up my alley, like the stockings and everything. I like that a lot. The eye patch? How am I supposed to not vote for the one with the eye patch? Tap Dance City versus Air Messiah. Oh, you know what? I really like both of these. They both look really good, actually. Oh god, I don't know. Tap Dance City. Satono Diamond and Bamboo Memory. Satono Diamond is obviously in the anime quite a lot, actually. Mainly Season 3. And I really like her. I really like the sleeves being longer than her arms. That's a cute aesthetic. I kind of have to give it to her. Jungle Pocket is in the anime a lot. Kind of prefer Majuro Bright's one. She'll be McQueen's sister or whatever. Marvelous Sunday versus Daring Tact. That has to go for Daring Tact, just because the more... See, I praised Twin Turbo for being all over the place, but still like feeling pretty cohesive. This is one that's all over the place and doesn't feel as cohesive, whereas Daring Tact is maybe one of the most cohesive designs. This one's obvious, you already know, it's Majiro McQueen, like, duh. Majiro Ramonu versus Cheval Grand, so she'll be another one of McQueen's relatives. Whereas Cheval Grand was in Series 3 of the anime. I mean, she does have a cool hat, but she has, like, a cool skirt, so, like, I like the mismatched, like, I think it's, like, just one stocking. Yeah, but she has, like, cool boots. Ooh, that's a difficult one. I think Cheval Grand, actually. Fuji Kiseki versus Transcend. I really like Transcend's coat. Maybe it has like a few too many belts on it. That's a bit comical. Yeah, I think I'm going Fuji Kiseki. Kawakami Princess versus Matikane Fukukitaru. I'm assuming most of the fandom tends to like shrink down her name because that's a bit much. I really like Kawakami Princess actually. I like how pink she is. Like, the other one is also very cute. I really like the, like, cat thing on her back. I forgot what those are called, but those things are cute. But I think the actual outfit is just a school uniform. And it's, like, not a bad one, but, like, Kawakami Princess is at least a little bit more unique. Fine Motion versus Majiro Palma. That kind of... I feel like both of these are a little generic. They both share a lot of similar design traits, too. Like, the hair looks very similar. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like Majiro Palma more, actually. Agnes Digital versus Gold City. These are two very different designs. And I like them for very different reasons. But I think I like Gold City a little more. Air Shekhar and Grand Allegria. Air Shekhar is in one of the anime, I think. I like Air Shekhar. I like how sporty her outfit looks. Her like shirt looks like a sports jersey. That's pretty cool. Manhattan Cafe and Yaino Muteki. Manhattan Cafe I recognize. She probably is in the anime, and I also really like her design. I love her like little mug. I'm assuming she doesn't run with it, but it would be really funny the image of her running a race with the mug in her hands like that, so I'm voting for her. Admire Vega and Katsuragi Ace. I'm going for Admire Vega because she looks very cute actually. Nishino Flower versus Grass Wonder. That's going to Grass Wonder. I feel like I have like a show bias from ones I recognize from the show. Speaking of, both of these were in the show. I feel like I have to go for Biko Pegasus because she's very obviously supposed to be the Kamen Rider, like, themed one. She's got the little, like, ascot thing that a lot of the earlier riders have. And then she has the belt, and then in the show they give her a lot of, like, Kamen Rider jokes where she, like, wears Kamen Rider suits and stuff. But Tamamo Cross, I'm really liking her in the new anime, Cinderella Grey. I think I kind of have to go Biko Pegasus. This might be one of my more controversial picks just because I like Kamen Rider so much. Espoir City versus Current Chan. Oh, I really like both of these actually. I think it's got to be Espoir City though. I think her design has a little bit more going on. There's a fine line between over-designed and like interesting. Taiki Shuttle versus Daitaku Helios. Daitaku Helios, yep. Mejiro Ryan and Bubblegum Fellow. I feel like Mejiro Ryan was in the show. I recognize her. She is called Mejiro, so she's probably related to McQueen. Bubblegum Fellow, I really like. I know that a lot of the horses in real life were like men. Meanwhile, they're all women in the anime and game and so on. But I just really like the idea of a girl being called Fellow. So I think, as stupid as that explanation sounds, I think that's why I'm going for her. Neo Universe and Mr. CB. See, Mr. CB is the same thing as Fellow. In fact, it sounds even funnier, but Neo Universe, that might be one of the coolest designs I've ever seen in general. That one looks sick, so I'm going for her. Sounds of Earth and Haru Urara, those are both in the anime quite a lot. I really like Sounds of Earth's one. Nice Nature versus Love's Only You. Nice Nature's in the anime a lot too. And you know, pairing these two against each other specifically is interesting because I think I would usually like Love's Only You, but I think Nice Nature is showing basically the same idea but more simple, and I think it works more because of that. I really like the cool like straps I guess on the leg. Those are cool. I think I'm gonna go for a Silent Suzuka versus Yukino Bichian. I think I kind of have to go for Silent Suzuka, don't I? Inari 1 versus Kitasan Black. Kitasan Black. Wind Variation and Kopano Riki. I mean, that's the coolest name for it. That's such a good one. I don't even really care for the design that much, but Kopano Riki is really good. Super Creek versus Believe. That's a Super Creek. She's got the cute little bag. I feel like a cute little bag, like a bonus stat applies. Every time you have a cute little bag like that, it just kind of adds a lot. For a sec, I thought Phenomeno didn't have arms because of how she's like posed up there, but she does. They're just like kind of blending in a bit. That's Saiyan Sky. She's in the anime a lot. I really like her design. Sakura Laurel versus Northflight. Northflight looks cool. They both look cool. This one's kind of giving more like Idol, like an Idolmaster character, I think. This one looks kind of sick though. This one kind of looks like a Precure character. Maybe the color scheme's a little wrong, but the actual design's kind of given Precure. Varushina. Okay, that's... See, I like being able to read katakana because if I don't know how it's spelled from the Romanji, then I just consult the katakana. The katakana is saying Varushina, so I'm gonna say it like that. Lucky Lilac. That's Vashina. I really like the shade of blue they used actually. That might be one of the prettiest shades of blue. Tosin Jordan versus... Oh, come on. It's Rice Shower. Rice Shower and her angsty ass arc in the anime plus the useless dagger. It's gotta be Rice Shower. Winning Ticket versus Still in Love. Still in Love is such a cool name for one. I know Winning Ticket's in the anime, but Still in Love is such a cool name. Plus, I really like the Little Red Riding Hood look they're going for here. It's gotta be her. Agnes Tachyon versus Aston Machan. I mean, okay, I was gonna immediately just click on Agnes Tachyon without even looking, but like, she's got a little plush of herself, which they do in the anime. They do have little plushes of each other in the anime, but like, putting it in the render kind of makes it feel like it's supposed to be part of her design, and I think that's really cool, but it's still going Agnes Tachyon anyway. Matikane Tannhauser is an interesting one, and these are very different looking designs, but I really like the one on the left a lot, actually. Tokai Teo versus Duramonte. By the way, I really like how they've done the renders here because it makes it look like some of the characters have really big height differences when they probably don't. They probably don't have a height difference this big, but it looks funny anyway. It's got to be Takeout. I feel like I would get kicked out of the fandom for not voting Tokai Teo here, right? At least it's that outfit and not the other one. El Condor Paso versus Air Groove. I believe both of these are in the anime quite heavily. I really like the mask on El Condor Paso because I know real life horses tend to have those. And I feel like she's the only character I can think of off the top of my head that actually has one of those new Musume. So I kind of feel like I'm going to go for it just based off of that. Fusaichi Pandora versus Inez Fujin. Both have a bit too much going on for me. So I'm going to go for the one that looks cuter. And that's going to be Fusaichi Pandora. Blast One Piece versus Furiosa. Okay. Furiosa has the better design, but also the name Blast One Piece is so funny, so I think I might go for her just based off of that. That's how ridiculous this ranking is. Shizario versus Sakura Bakushin O. That's Shizario, that's a way cooler design. Biwa Hayahide versus Wanda Acute. See, Hayahide's in the anime, but I actually like Wanda Acute's design way more. Like, I like Hayahide's design, but Wonder Acute is like, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. Smart Falcon versus Stay Gold. I think I like Smart Falcon more. Stay Gold looks kind of like Kino from Kino's Journey. Maybe that's an intentional reference, I don't know. But Smart Falcon looks really cute. Mejiro Doba versus Hishi Akibono. Again, the height differences with these renders, huh? I like Hishi Akibono. They're very similar, but I like that this is clearly supposed to be like a cafe waitress or whatever. I really like the boots too. That's cute. I like that. Vodka and Mayano Top Gun. These are both in the anime quite a lot from what I remember. I really like Vodka's. Very similar designs. I think Vodka pulls it off a lot better. Hishi Amazon and Sirius Symboli. These are both in the anime. I remember the joke with Hishi Amazon is they have like a sign of her in the anime of her like holding up like a goal, like finish line sign. That's pretty funny. Sirius Symboli I really like. She's kind of giving girl boss. What I don't love is it looks like she's wearing like half a blazer. Maybe it's the render not doing her justice, because maybe she's usually wearing the full blazer and it's just to make the render look more dynamic. I also don't love how high up the slits in her trousers go, so I think I'm actually giving it to Hishi Amazon. Mihono Bourbon and Duranda. Duranda's so unique. That looks like a design that would usually have a skirt on it, but here, like, it just doesn't, and I actually quite like that. That's like a very unique silhouette for a Uma Musue character, so I think I kind of have to go for her. Marizensky versus Nakayama Festa. Nakayama Festa is more unique here. I like the beanie. Daring Heart versus Mejiro Ardon. I think it has to be Ardon. I think I like the actual design, like the hair and everything, more for Daring Heart, but the outfit's way better for Mejiro Ardon. Zeno Rob Roy and Special Week. Okay, I'm probably gonna vote Special Week, but Zeno Rob Roy it grabs my interest. That's a really interesting design. The glasses, the cute little braid, the socks. Would I get murdered for voting for one that isn't Special Week? I mean, if we're going through every single character, then I guess I am eliminating Special Week after a certain point, right? So, sure, that's gonna be a controversial one. TM Opera O, yeah. I mean, you see what I mean when I say over-designing? TM Opera O looks fantastic, and it does have design. That's the thing that's important, is having a lot of design elements can be cool, but it feels very cohesive. I think because the color scheme really brings it together, the pink and gold go together really well. Whereas Gentle Donna, it just kind of does feel a bit more all over the place. It doesn't really feel as cohesive. Not to say that Gentle Donna's design is bad, it just doesn't really come together for me personally, whereas TM Opera O looks great. Hishi Miracle versus Daiwa Scarlet. I like Hishi Miracle, but I'm probably gonna go for Daiwa Scarlet. I don't like the silhouette on the skirt for Hishi Miracle, it looks very weird. Calstone Light O versus Satono Crown. I feel like Satono Crown's in the anime, but Calstone Light O, she looks really cool. I really like the swish in her hair at the top, and then the little like charm coming off the ear. I know they all have like charms and accessories on the ear, but that one looks especially cool. I like that design a lot. I have to go for her. Vivios versus Daichi Ruby. Have we come back around to the beginning again? Because I feel like I've already rated her. But I really like her, so I'm going for her. Okay, now that I've rated everyone once, at least once each, I'm probably going to speed through things a bit more, maybe in editing and stuff, but because it says here that I've only done 13%, so I'm probably going to do the rest of this very quickly, but you've seen my thought process so far, so we'll kind of mostly kind of fast forward through and skip to the ending. Oh, that's a difficult one, but it's Gold Chip. This is like the hardest choice. I'm like way further in now. This is such a hard one because like these are like the two opposites to my aesthetic. Oh boy. I'm gonna go Wonder Acute. Then definitely Hut. Then probably Hut. Then probably Hut. Then Huh? Then Huh. Oh, it's gone really hard all of a sudden. Okay, it really looks like now is when it actually gets hard. That's Gold Chip. Then Ogre Camp. That's really hard because I don't know her at all, but her design is like so beautiful. Whereas I am intensely familiar with her and her like character in the anime is like really good too. But her design is also great. Oh, you're pulling my teeth out here, game. Oh, am I really gonna become... Am I willing to become a Wonder Acute stan despite the fact that I know absolutely nothing about her? Maybe it's such a cute dress, but Neo Universe is like peak. These feel like they're like my two different aesthetics, actually. Oh god. Oh god. Character I know. Character looks cool as hell. I've got to the point where I'm not happy anymore. I don't like pitting such beautiful women against each other. Lol. That one's more unique. These are both carried by their color schemes. The cute little crown. Oh, see, at the beginning I was like, oh, she's one of my favorites, and now I've got to the point where I'm voting against it consistently and a bunch of times in a row. Yeah, but that silhouette is so cool though. Okay, yeah, now I can vote for her. Now her. Ooh, that's a hard one. No, her. Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay, now this one really is just picking who my favorite is, like just straight up, like we're 75% through, but like this one literally is just picking who my favorite is, and it's Gold Chip. Oh, am I picking on design or which character I like more? Because that feels unfair, because I literally don't know anything about her. But I know like everything about her, and she's cool as fuck. Oh god, that's hard. Let's be a little unique. I don't know how many Wonder Acute fans there are out there. Oh. Again. Character who is cool as fuck, or character who looks cool as fuck. Oh. I really hate doing this to Ogre Camp. I kind of feel like I'd be put in prison for voting against Ogre Camp this many times in a row, so I'll give it to a... Yes? Oh... I swear this screen right now just is an episode of the anime. I like Medra McQueen. Oh, this has gotten so difficult. I really like Karen Bukedoru. I really like the flower on the inside, the floral design on the inside of the skirt. It's such a unique idea. Rice Shower. Whoa, these two... I think I'm giving it to Matikane Tannhauser because I don't like the tie isn't. I guess it's not really a tie, it's like more of a ribbon. I don't like that it's not tucked in. It's just kind of flapping around. So I think I'll give it to her. No, but the eye patch is cool. Oh god, this is really hard. Her. Huh? Cute bag? That's his cute little crown? Oh, this is really hard now. I don't like this anymore. Her. Definitely her. Her. Silhouette. I like her color scheme. Yes, yes. Yes? Yes. Probably her. See, I think as each round has gotten further, it's gotten better at, like, knowing which ones I like. And so it's, like, pairing the ones I like together and the ones I don't like together. Gold Ship. Wonder Acute. Neo Universe. Ogre Camp. Oh, but I really like... Oh, this is so hard. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yes. Okay, I think I'm done. At least that's what this seems to say. So yeah, I wasn't surprised by this. I already knew Gold Chip was my favorite. Her design's so cool. In the anime, she's really funny. She's my favorite. She's the one that, like, immediately stood out to me when I was watching season 1 of the anime. She's been my favorite since basically the very beginning. I'm not surprised by that. I am surprised by how close it got, though, because, yeah, Wonder Acute and Neo Universe. I've seen Neo Universe before today. I saw people posting about her design when she was, like, added to the game or whatever, and she does look really cool. I really like her design a lot. Like, the kind of yellow-blue gradient on her hair looks cool. Wonder Acute, I wonder how popular she is, because, like, I kind of feel like for most of people's lists, she wouldn't be that high up, but I just really like her design. Ogre Camp is the GOAT. We all know that. Daichiruri, I really like her design. Her, like, curled hair looks really cute. Cowstone Light looks fucking cool as hell. Swish in hair, like bangs. Looks sick. Medro McQueen, Karin Bukador, Rice Shower. See, these aren't too surprising results to me because I was the one who actually did the sorter. I really like how you can see her shoulders in that outfit, and the hat's really cool. The eye patch, come on. Not shown in this image, but I really liked her, like, cool fucking, like, socks. I know that sounds like a weird thing to compliment. Twin Turbo's cool. See, that's the thing. All these are cool. These are, like, once we get to this point, it's just, like, they all have, like, a specific design element that makes them really stand out, and I think it just was based off of which design element I valued more. The really cool silhouette. The really nice shade of blue. She's really cool in the anime. Like, once we get into the middles, I don't really care as much. Like, honestly, I wouldn't take too much stock in the way that these are actually ordered, because a lot of the ones in the middle I have very similar feelings towards. And I was kind of, like, judging based off of a coin flip for a lot of them. I was like, oh, I'm surprised Agnes Tachyon isn't higher, actually. But, like, there were things I liked about these ones and things I didn't like about these ones, and so it was kind of hard to actually, like, rate them. Every single one here in this kind of area I really like a lot, though. Similar thing goes for this kind of area. I'll kind of tell you where the cutoff point is between designs I liked and designs I didn't really care for. I want to say it's like around 98, which, you know what? With how many characters there are, being like 97 onwards, like, 98 isn't that bad. But I think, like, because, like, Aston Machan has, like, the plush, and that's really cute, but other than that, she doesn't really stand out all that much. Gentle Donna's, like, way too over-designed. Hishi Miracle has, like, a really bad silhouette. Sorry, I'm really apologize if I'm, like, hating on one of your favorites specifically. I know that this is, like, incredibly subjective, but I just don't really care for these ones. Satono Crown used, like, a really ugly shade of green. Datsu Flame just isn't that good. Sweep Tosho I don't really like. Yeah, I feel like Medro Ryan's probably pretty popular. Maybe I would put her, like, a little higher up. But it just wasn't coming together for me. And my least favorite was Fenomeno, which maybe that's unfair because her, like, render is, like, at a not great angle to, like, show off her arms or anything. I feel like her hat's, like, too big. Most of the other characters that have hats have, like, way smaller hats than that. But that one's, like, so wide, it looks like it should, like, fall down her head, you know? Marizensky just has a really ugly color palette. The brown and the red, specifically like the ketchup red they used. I think with like a more saturated, brighter red, it could maybe work. But as it stands, it's just kind of visual mud that just kind of sludges together. And then my problem with most of the really bottom ones is either I just don't like the colors very much, or they're way too over designed, or a combination of both. Like the shade of pink on Ines Fujin is just not a great one when you look at the rest of her design. I think if the design was made with that shade of pink more in mind, it might work better. Marvelous Sunday is just, there's just so much going on and none of it really stands out to me. Haru Urara is just wearing a generic school, like, sports uniform. There's like nothing interesting about it. Stay Gold, there's just too much going on, and so on and so forth. I don't know how popular those opinions will be, but those are my thoughts. I really like a lot of the designs, and you know what? I'm looking forward to playing the game now, like even more so than I already was, because I'm looking forward to seeing when it is some of my ones that ranked really high up but I'm not super familiar with come in. I'm sure they're probably newer to the game. I know Neo Universe is like relatively new in the grand scheme of things. And I reckon some of these other ones that I'm not as familiar with. Obviously, Oguru Camp and some form of Gold Chip will probably be in the game like from the beginning. So those will probably be ones I try to go for when the game first releases. But it's cool because now I can look back on this video and know which ones to save up for ahead of time for the current season stuff, because I know which ones I like. And for people who don't know me from all the other games and stuff I've played, I tend to value characters I like for one reason or another more so than their stats. Obviously, once I have some familiarity with the game, I'll probably aim for like a healthy balance between the two. But like if these two, for example, are like really good in game and have good stats, then I'm definitely gonna save for them. I think that's my ranking. Let me know what your favorites are and what your least favorites are, and maybe who the most shafted in my personal list is, and maybe even why they are. And yeah, be sure to subscribe. I'm hoping to do more Uma Musue videos in future, but we'll see. I've been very excited for this game for a very long time, so I'm definitely at least going to check it out. And yeah, see you in the next video. See ya.